Travel with Dave. I'm going to talk a little bit about my dating experiences. What I experienced this month was the same as always if you watch my other videos. I joined a new dating website, which is Filipino Cupid. I paid 20 bucks and I've got emails from 255 women. And I probably deleted 100, the ones that are out on another island, because realistically, I'm not going to try to meet them. I met one woman like 2 days ago. It took me a month to meet somebody. The reason why is I don't know what the reason why is. The women just don't want to meet anybody. And in the US, oh, I don't feel secure. I don't feel safe. That's not true. It's because they're disgusted by men. They're very, very into looks. They're very, very highly into looks. The clothes that you wear, how you style your hair, how tall you are. They're obsessed with looks. It's the fact. And they say that they're afraid. They're not really afraid. If you look at what women say about dating, they never say that they were scared on a date. It's always the guy was a creep. They always say, ugh, UGH, ugh. I've heard this for over 20 years. It's because they don't like the way a guy looks. They don't like how fat he is or if he's bald. They just have problems with physical appearances. And they don't look anything special at all. They wear old flip-flops and old clothes. They don't do makeup. They don't do their hair. They don't do their nails. They don't wear nice shoes. They don't do anything to look nice, but they're very hard on the way you look. So I got one date. She seemed like a nice woman. And because it's the Philippines, you got to date whoever shows up. That's basically what the rule is. If they show up, you date them. You have no choice because they won't show up. And then what they'll do is that even if you get the first date, they'll cancel the second date. And then they won't tell you beforehand, they'll tell you afterwards. And you ask why, they say they don't have any money. It's always the same thing. I couldn't make it. I didn't have any money. I probably went through 10 or 15 women in the last month who said they wanted to meet me and we never met. And they'll say, I want to meet you right now. And then I respond, okay, let's meet right now. And then you won't hear back from them because they need to position it so that they'll say that they don't have any money. It could be like 12 noon. Hey, let's meet right now. I respond 12:05. Okay, let's meet right now. And then they'll contact you the next morning and they'll try to make it your fault. They'll say, "We didn't meet last night. It's because you ignored me." So all they do is play games. I don't think women love the man. They just want the money. It's always about the money. It's always about the money. They will they want one day's salary to go on a date and you got to give it to them every date. Otherwise they won't show up. If you don't give them money, they just stop showing up and they make up excuses. So I did have a date with a woman and I gave her 1,000 pesos and I bought her lunch. So it was 1,350 pesos, 1,355. And she talked to me like a normal person, which is very rare in the Philippines. The other piece of advice I'm going to say is search for the women who say they speak English well. When I started doing that, notice a huge improvement. Before that, they only say, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. And you never hear from them again. Now I'm getting full sentences, often two sentences with the first message. And sometimes they're telling me jokes. And when I tell them a joke, they think it's funny. So the conversation is a lot better since I did searches for speak English well. Okay, so that's my advice for this video. It's impossible to meet these women. Make sure you have, before I would have said make sure you have a dating site where you can search by city so you can go to a small town. But I checked the small town, which is Bogo. There's hardly any women there. It's like there might be 3 women on the dating website. But my best tip, you want to pay for a service where you could search by their ability to speak English. It's usually going to have 5 different levels. You want to pick the highest 2 levels. And another tip I learned a long time ago, if they self-rate themselves, don't pick the women who describe themselves as beautiful because they'll never show up. Those are going to be the high maintenance women. You want the ones that say they're average because many of them will be beautiful if that's what you're looking for. But an indicator, if they're young, it doesn't matter. But once they get to be 30 years old, if they say they're beautiful, highly attractive, they're going to be difficult to meet. They're going to want money. They're going to be high maintenance, etc. And money, I mean, they want like $1,000 as a gift. I went on a date with a woman. I don't know if you watch my videos, a story with the woman who gave me the hand cream, and I had it in my pocket while I was doing a television show, a TV movie. Um, she was showing off her flip phone. Those are 45,000 peso phones, and she's talking about how much money it costs. And I was like, lady, I ain't giving you any money. I'm not going to do it. Even if I had it, when I was wealthy, I used to have lots of women ask me for money, and I would be like, "Why would I give you money? I just met you, and when you give women money, you're not going to have a quality girlfriend. They're just saying for the money, and that's it." Okay, so that's my advice. If you're young, like 18, don't wait to meet somebody. The older men are looking for 18-year-olds. That's where the good women are. As soon as they get a little bit older, they start to be difficult. Okay, that's it for this video. Travel with Dave.